Hello. Welcome to another video. And today we're gonna talk about your worst nightmare, the passé composé. For some reason, like most of the students that I have, they struggle with that. They find it complicated. But you must understand one thing. It's like when you learn a new things, it takes time to absorb. So now I'm gonna teach you the passé composé, but to master it, it takes time. You know, you like after like a 5-10 minutes video, you're not gonna like master it. You need to understand, you need to practice this, and after you will be okay. So don't freak out. Watch that video as much as you need and just practice it and you'll be fine. So first thing first, what is passé composé? Okay. So the passé composé is the most common French past tense. Remember, we have 4 different past tense. Now we're gonna learn the most common one today. So this one is very important. It is used to talk about completed action in the past, like things that happen once or a limited number of times. For example, hier j'ai mangé une pizza. Yesterday I had a pizza. Okay? Nous avons visité Paris l'été dernier. We visited Paris last summer. Okay? So this is an action that is done, finished. So we use that a lot. But don't worry, at the end of the video, I will show you like we compare with another like past tense. What's the difference? You will understand even better. Okay. So how to form the passé composé? So the passé composé is formed using 2 parts. The auxiliary verb. So we call it the auxiliaire. So we have 2. You have to know the verb avoir. You need to know the verb être, to be. So I made a video about that. So please go see it if you don't remember how to use avoir or être. That is very important. And then we need the participe passé, the past participle of the main verb. So those 2 things, you have to remember that. Okay, so now you're saying, what is that? You don't know because it's crazy word that you never heard. So let's see an example. Da-da-da. So now you have the subject, as always. You have je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. Then now you have avoir. Remember, now this is with avoir. Then you have the participe passé. If we use the verb manger, for example, like to eat, like I ate in the past, j'ai mangé, j'ai mangé, tu as mangé, il, elle, on a mangé, nous avons mangé, vous avez mangé, ils, elles ont mangé. So the participe passé remain the same, just this change, okay, when you do the past. And that is very important to understand. For example, here you have il, you can say like Marc, Marc a mangé, like Mark 8. Okay. So I hope you understand that. But now let's see the most verb with être. So a small group of verbs use être instead of avoir. They are mostly movement verb, like going in, going out, up, down. So as you see, when you the same that you see before when you put avoir, now we're gonna put être, but it's like for just for a little group of verb. We're gonna see them. Da, da, da. So we have a memo technique here, as you can see, Dr. Mrs. Vandertramp. So now you have Dr. Mrs. Vandertramp. And now you have all the verbs that you need to remember. So 16 in total. There is no other way. You just need to remember them. But as you can see, those verbs like devenir, to become, revenir, come back, monter, to go up, rester, to stay, sortir, go out, venir, aller, to come, to go, naître, descendre, to go down, entrer, enter, retourner, tomber, rentrer, arriver, mourir, partir. You see, it's all the same kind of verb, like movement verb. So it's a kind of easy to remember. You can use that to remember, like Dr. Mrs. Van der Trump. But those 16 verbs, there is no other way you need to learn them. So now you have few examples. Like, il est devenu, like he became, elle est revenue, il est devenu, elle est revenue, nous sommes montés, tu es resté, ils sont sortis. But you get the idea. So now when you use those verbs, you definitely to use to be. There is another kind of verb that we use with to be is the reflective verb. I make a video about the reflective, so I invite you to watch it. So now you have, for example, il est allé à l'école, nous sommes arrivés en retard. That's it. And when we use the verb to be, you have to be agrees with the subject. What is the meaning of that? So là, il est allé, you have to add an extra i because it's féminin. Just with the verb être. If it was with the verb avoir, you don't need to do that. Okay? So ils sont partis. Ils, plural, so you have to put an s. Là, elles sont allées à l'école. Là, is, because c'est like a féminin pluriel. Nous sommes arrivés en retard. more than two people, so we put an S. Okay, I hope it's clear. Let's move on. So now, there is some irregular, as always in French regular. So those verbs for the participe passé is a bit different. Okay, so avoir is going to be eu. J'ai eu un problème. I had a problem. Être is été. Il a été malade. Faire. Nous avons fait du sport. Prendre. Pris. Voir, vu, mettre, mis, lire, lu, écrire, écrit. So same, those one you need to learn them. There's so many irregulars, by now, like when you learn French, there's always an exception of an exception of an exception. So many irregulars. There is no other way. Just learn them. It is what it is. So some verb don't follow the regular pattern is some commons one. So meaning there is more than those, but this one are the most common one. So it's a good start if you start with them and learn them. Okay. So now when to use the passé composé. So there is three things to remember here. A completed action, so something that you did. J'ai terminé mon travail. I finished my work. Something that is done, finished. Then a specific event in the past. Hier, nous avons regardé un film. Yesterday, we watched a movie. So the specific, we did it, is finished. A series of action as well. Il s'est levé, il a pris son petit déjeuner, il est parti. You remember, for the reflective, is going to be always to be very important. He got up, he had breakfast, and he left. Okay, so those three things really have to remember. Then, this is the last slide. The second most common past tense is imparfait. So what is the difference? So the passé composé for specific completed, while the imparfait is for ongoing or habitual past action. For example, quand j'étais enfant, je jouais au foot tous les jours. Like when I was a child, I played soccer every day. There is another things that we use imparfait is when you describe something in the past and when you talk about something, an habits in the past. Okay? So not the same. Hier, j'ai joué au foot. Now this is passé composé. There's something yeah, yesterday. You did it. It's finished. It's completed. Okay? So that is a big difference. So don't worry, like later I will make a video about the imparfait, but for now, just to focus on the passé composé, try to take note and remember everything you've learned today and practice. Don't hesitate to come back to the video. It's very, very important. When you're gonna read, when you're gonna listen to people, we try to really focus on the passé composé. That's something like kind of hard, but that's why I put in a playlist grammar, A1 grammar, because it's a bit frustrating. Like when you want to talk of the past, like when I have like a lesson with my student, I like to say like, how was your weekend? What did you do this weekend? But they need that to answer what they did during the weekend, right? So this is very important. Plus, when you're done with the passé composé, the rest is gonna be kind of easy. As I say, your worst nightmare because passé composé, it's kind of difficult, okay? So if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be very happy to help. I wish you to have a fantastic day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.